In this video, I'm going to show you how to change the settings in the calendar itself to make it easier to find the shifts you're looking for. First step is to get logged in, and once you're on the dashboard, hover over the Shifts tab and click on Schedule. Once the schedule loads, you'll see the shifts that are there depending on what filters were set up previously and what view settings you had. Right now, I'm looking at the month details view. So we can see the whole month as a whole. We can see the information about the shifts at a glance. And then if we click a shift, you can see even more information about it. This is my preferred method of view, but as you can see, even with just 3 shifts a day, it does start to make the schedule a little bit big. So you can imagine with more shifts, it's only going to get larger. So you may want to tweak the view settings to something that fits your program a bit more closely. One option would be to do month and overview instead of details. You'll see it replaces the text with lines here. And if we look at the bottom in our legend, you can see that the solid lines mean it's an open shift. If they had diagonal lines going through them, then the shift would be full. We're still seeing the color coding, and the length of the line actually refers to how long the shift is, and where from left to right in the day is from midnight to midnight, so essentially 12:01 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. in the day. And you can see some of them do cross over, so these lab shifts go from one day into the next. If you wanted to get more information, all you would do is click on a shift, or a day rather, and you would see the shift information. Then we could click on that shift, and again, that same option pops up where we see the detailed information where we can check the history, edit, delete, or assign and drop students from those shifts. If you want to check out our other ones, we still have week, which is going to be a combination of the two. Essentially, we show 1 week at a time in the overview. You can still click on the day, but instead of pulling up a list, it just brings you down to the day you selected. And you can see each day listed here. For if we wanted to check the details for Friday, once again, we would click it and that window pops up. Day is going to just show a single day. It'll give all the information up front, so there's no clicking of additional ones. If you do click it, you can still come in and see it, but again, it's not really necessary given that all the information is already where you need it on this page. If you wanted to change the day you were looking at, you could go ahead and navigate with these options. You could click on this little pencil and it'll bring up the calendar where you can select exactly what day you want to jump to and hit go. And then you can always hit today, which will bring you back to whatever day it is currently when you click it. The last option is list, and list is going to be very similar to day, except for you can do it for more than one day. We could see then, for example, if we wanted to see all of July, we could go ahead and select July 1st through July 31st and hit go. And now we can see Monday, it's going to list each of the days, Tuesday, Wednesday, so on and so forth. It'll also in the corner show you how many shifts of each type is on that day. So in this case, there's just one for each. But if we had, say, 3 lab shifts on this day, the next to the beaker would be a 3. I'm going to go back to the month details view again as my preferred method. And then if you were using this option, this view, but still want to filter down to just see specific information, you could then use our filter bar. So we've got 3 different main options in the filter bar: locations, available shifts, and chosen shifts. Locations is where you can select what types of sites you want to see, either all clinical or you can select specific ones. For example, if we selected all field, we could go there. And again, we just have the one field on this month. If we go back, we do have the Fisdap EMS and Fisdap ambulance service. So both of those are showing up because we've selected all field sites. We could then even filter down by base and department if we want to get even closer down. And again, I mentioned in one of the previous videos that you can, if you assign a preceptor, you can filter by the preceptor. So that's another option for locations. Then you can select if you want to see available shifts. So right now, available shifts are on. If we turn available shifts off, then it will just show the chosen shifts at that site. If we leave it on, we can also filter by who the shifts are available to. So if we select paramedic and hit go, then we're just going to see the ones that are available to paramedic. Now, in this case, these shifts are available to everyone, and these ones are just paramedic. But again, in both of those instances, they're available to paramedics, so we're seeing them. The last option and available is to hide shifts that are invisible to students. I mentioned in a previous video that the shifts are not visible to students if they cannot sign up for it. And we can see that in the schedule with the icon of the person with the line going through it. So those shifts are not visible to students. So if you wanted to see exactly what your students were seeing, you could click on hide shifts that are invisible, and then you would not see anything that your students couldn't sign up for. The last option is chosen. So if you turn off chosen, you'll only see shifts that are available. No chosen shifts will show up. Or again, you can filter more specifically onto who has chosen them, either by the cert level, a student group, graduating date, or a specific student. If you want to look for exactly the shifts that Michael has signed up for, again, right now because we still have available on, it's showing available ones. But if we were to turn available off and hit go, we would only see shifts that Michael has signed up for, which at the moment is none. So we can see a blank schedule. If you ever are not seeing a shift you believe you should be seeing, my first recommendation is always to go back to the schedule or filter rather, hit reset filters and click go. And that'll bring everything back, and then you can start to piece down your filters again. If you have any questions on using your filters or setting up the view, please let us know. Our phone number is 651 690 9241. And if you'd prefer email, it's support@fisdap.net. Have a great day.